Thank you. I now invite the Executive Secretary to read the notice of meeting.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment, the Directors, Employment and Wages, Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment, the Register of Trade Unions, heads of government ministries, departments, and agencies, the Director General of NECA, the Director, ILO, International Labour Organization Country Office for Nigeria, Ghana, Liberia, and Sierra Leone, the Chief of Mission, International Organization for Migration, IOM, the Country Director, International Returns and Reintegration Assistance, IRARA, the President, Chartered Institute of Personnel Management, CIPM, the Chairperson, Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC Lagos State Council, social partners and friends. Please turn to page 8 of the brochure, which is notice of meeting to all members, notice of annual general meeting. Notice is hereby given that the 13th annual general meeting of the Employers Association for Private Employment Agents of Nigeria, Eapean, we hold at NECA House, plot A2, Akimbalogun Street, Central Business District, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos, on Wednesday, September 18, 2024, at 8:30 a.m. to transact the following business. 1. To receive the statement of financial position as at 31st December 2023, together with the income and expenditure account, source of application of funds for the year ended 31st December 2023, as well as the reports of the auditors thereon. Any other business which must be forwarded to the Executive Secretary not later than Friday, September 13, 2024, dated September 2, 2024, by order of the National Executive Council. Jide Afolabi, Executive Secretary. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Executive Secretary, did you receive any other business from any member earlier than September 13?
None from any member.
All right, thank you. Therefore, the meeting would focus on the accounts and the reappointment of the auditors. Standing on existing protocols, I'd like to appreciate all our members for taking out the time to participate in this quick meeting. It is important to emphasize that this is a statutory meeting for us. It is a statutory requirement. Your association is an employer association, and we have a status of a trade union. So we are a trade union of employers who are in the business of private employment agencies. So this is not unlike the previous years where it was good to have, but now it's a necessity that we must have, and we also have obligations to file with the trade union, the Ministry of Labor. So please, we need to encourage ourselves to always ensure that as financial members, we have representation at the AGM going forward. We will continue to make it easy and convenient for ourselves by working with our partners, the Ministry of Labor, to have it during our workshop so that we don't have to invite you to come over for AGM at a separate time. We will also continue to strive to make it a very quick business during the workshop so that it doesn't eat into the time of the workshop. But nonetheless, we are going to make sure that we address the critical issues that the AGM must address. Like yesterday, the speech will be available on our website. It's a public document, so it will be available on the Eapean website. The address of the president at this 13th annual general meeting, and therefore I will more relevance in the industry. The other thing I would like to call your attention to is inclusion. So, I invite you now to please turn to the page where you have the list of members, which is on page 34. And I would like you to check where your organization is on this list. There are two parts to this list. Financial members, or there are actually three parts. Financial members, new members, and members with outstanding subscriptions. I would like you to check where is my organization on this list. So check if your organization is active, paid up. Check if your organization is new. We welcome you and we will receive you today. Yes, please. Please check on the WhatsApp group. If you don't have a physical copy, check on the WhatsApp group now and you will find it and you can follow. Thank you. So let's take a minute, go through that list and find where your organization is. And if there's anything you need to do about it, your organization is not there. It's on the WhatsApp group. Are you on the Eapean WhatsApp group? You are not. Okay, that's another business for the day. If you are not in the WhatsApp group, can you please indicate by raising your hand? Okay, Secretariat, please go around now and add those who are not in the group immediately. Please, get as many people as can support you to do that. Get their numbers out quickly. Just pass a sheet of paper, get the numbers, and let's add those who are not in the group. There are two groups. If you are a CEO, please indicate. So you'll be added to the CEO's group. And if you are a member of staff, not a director, please indicate so that you'll be added to the general Eapean group. So there are two groups, the CEO's Forum and the Eapean platform. So CEOs and directors should please indicate when you put down your numbers so that you'll be added to the CEO Forum or Executive Forum, and others should please indicate so that you'll be added to the Eapean platform. Now, this is invitation to Eapean members only. This is AGM of Eapean. The workshop is Eapean plus employers. So please, the distinction is this part of the meeting is just for Eapean members. That takes us to also the other part. If you are in this auditorium or you are online joining us and you are in the business of outsourcing, personnel outsourcing, you are in the business of providing labor to third-party organizations, this is home to you. Eapean is your association. And I make bold to say, as of today, in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Eapean is the only association that you can belong to. There is freedom of association. It's not mandatory. But it's beneficial to be part of a group that makes advocacy for your industry. So please, if you are in the business of personnel outsourcing and you are not yet members of Eapean, you are invited to join. Now, as the continuation of the order of business on this list, I now invite you to look if that other outsourcing company, your competitor and collaborator with the client with which you provide services is on this list. So what do I mean? Let's say you are working with Guinness, providing them with staff, but you know that company A, B, C, D are also there. This list is in alphabetical order, so it's easy to check. I need you to now please help us check that those other companies are on the list, either as financial members fully paid up, new members, or members with outstanding. If you do not find that company on the list, please just write it down, the name of the company, and pass it to the executive secretary. Please, do you understand my request to you? Do you understand my request to you, please? I would like for you to please look at the list that you have on pages 34 to 38 and check if the outsourcing companies that you are aware of that are active, engaged in or with some of your clients are on this list. So you are working with Bank PHB, for instance, and there are 5 outsourcing companies providing them services, of which you are one of them, and you are aware of the other 4. Can you please check that those other 4 are on this list as members or members with outstanding, so that we can actually enlarge our fold? And as you do that, please kindly pass to the executive secretary any company that you are aware of as an outsourcing company, but that is not on the list of members. I would like to thank the Registrar of Trade Union for graciously accepting to participate in our first ever annual general meeting after we attained the status of a trade union. So your association is a trade union. We can actually do everything that a trade union does, which is ensure that there are fair practices in the contracts between us as private employment agencies and principals and other employer associations. So for instance, if you are working in the oil and gas industry, or you are working in manufacturing, or you are working in banking, and you think something is wrong with the contract between your company and that other company, which is the principal, we now have the ability to sit down, to represent you, to look at that contract, to make sure that it is fair. A lot of things that we are going through can be addressed. So you are working with a client and they say they are not paying pension. Or you are working with a client, they say, no, ECA is not part of what we pay. Or they say we'll pay you 3% management fee. Or 7%, whatever it is. But you are responsible for all the losses that may occur. So they pay you 10,000 naira, but your liability is 100,000. That just simply means we are working for nothing. So please, become aware that your association has the status of a trade union. And what that means is that we work for the benefit of the trade to ensure that the industry is healthy. So you are to please reach out to the secretariat. Instead of you putting your company forward such that your company is not victimized. You know, sometimes you have contract terms that are not favorable, but you don't want to say anything because you say half bread is better than pop-off. That you rather keep that contract even though it's unhealthy. You don't want to challenge it because you don't want to be victimized. We are now informing you that you should please simply reach out to the executive secretary and the counselor in the office of, in the Eapean secretariat, and all of this will be taken care of for you, such that your company, our businesses will continue to grow. So that's another information that you should have. Of course, there is also an issue that some of our member companies are going through.
Please, if you are in this auditorium and your company has received invitation from the National Assembly, can I see your hand? Okay. Only one? Okay. That's another issue. The National Assembly is investigating and sending letters to companies. If you are in this situation, please reach out to the Secretariat
so that you can be under the umbrella of your association, so that you do not expose yourselves. It is intended for, legislative duty is intended to strengthen legislation, and therefore it should be systemic. It should not target individuals or individual companies. So if your company has received or receives invitation from the National Assembly, please inform the Secretariat promptly so that the Secretariat can support you in that process. I would like to thank everyone. Good to see you. I'd like to thank everyone for taking our time to attend this AGM, and I wish us continued happy deliberation. Thank you.
and now invite comments, questions from the speech. If there are questions or comments from my speech. Please, just to make our media appearance better, we would like to invite us to fill up from the front, and then we can leave the rear for those who come late. We shouldn't reward late comers with the front seats. Can we please, respectfully, we invite you to fill up the seats
in front. Any questions or comments? In the absence of comments and questions, and I invite the Executive Secretary to present new members of the association. Executive Secretary.
Thank you, the chairman. In the last, between the last annual general meeting, the 12th annual general meeting, and now, 29 companies joined Eapean. And we can find their names on page 35. Some of them joined online this morning, while some of them are here. So if you are here and you hear the name of your company, kindly come to the front here. Business Development Gateway Matrix Limited, Great Velvino Services Limited. Please let's clap for them as they come forward. Danvich Petroleum International Limited. Danvich Petroleum International Limited. Gobsa Global Limited. Gobsa Global Limited. PMAX Nigeria Limited. PMAX Nigeria Limited. HMB Energy and Logistics Services Limited. HMB Energy and Logistics Services Limited. Inner Ring Engineering and Logistics Services Limited. Inner Ring Engineering and Logistics Services Limited. Clean Well Services Limited. Clean Well Services Limited. 4 p.m. Consulting Nigeria Limited. 4 p.m. Consulting Nigeria Limited. Ednutano Nigeria Limited. Ednutano Nigeria Limited. Glatrico International Limited. Glatrico International Limited. Integra Development Consult. Integra Development Consult. Oil Gas Nigeria Limited. Oil Gas Nigeria Limited. Stamtech Services Limited. Stamtech Services Limited. Wintoju System Enterprises Limited. Wintoju System Enterprises Limited. Shavas Outsourcing Limited. Shavas Outsourcing Limited. Boomtac Gold Concept Limited. Boomtac Gold Concept Limited. Protalent Solutions Limited. Protalent Solution Limited. Georgid Consulting Limited. Georgid Consulting Limited. Danlox Charis International Limited. Danlox Charis International Limited. Others join us online. Thank you.
We welcome all our new members to Eapean, and we wish you a fruitful journey in your Eapean experience. I now invite the Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment to give their goodwill message. Thank you.
Good morning, my President of Eapean, Dr. Odulo, members of Eapean Executive Committee, past members of Eapean Executive Committee, members of Eapean, ladies and gentlemen, Good morning once again. I'm happy to welcome you all to this association Eapean, and to say we are grateful for your presence. I am here in my capacity as director and then representing the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment. It is with very great pleasure that I address you today on the occasion of the 13th Annual General Meeting of the Employers Association of Private Employment Agencies of Nigeria, Eapean. I must commend your association for the fruitful collaboration and symbiotic relationship that has existed between your association and the Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment for over the years. The Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment congratulates you on this occasion of the 13th Annual General Meeting that you are convening. The 13th AGM, not just as an association of private employment agency, but also as a registered trade union of employers, is no mean feat. This year's gathering is not just a routine event, but a celebration of Eapean, evolutions, and collective commitment to shaping a more collaborative and harmonious employment landscape and work environment. Your new status as a dedicated advocate for enhancing industrial and labor relations reflects a bold and forward-thinking vision that you can all be proud of. It is a testament to your determination to attain greater heights and assume your pride of place in the industry. Your new status has repositioned you as a strategic social partner and key ally of the Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment and the International Labor Organization. Your association is now a key player in labor administration in Nigeria and at the international arena. It is our firm hope and expectation that you will use this new status to contribute meaningfully to labor administration in Nigeria, especially in promoting decent work and industrial peace and harmony in the country. Today, AGM is a testament to the strength and resilience of Eapean as an association. This new status also presents an opportunity to affirm greater commitment to excellence, collaboration, and positive change. Let us embrace this new chapter with enthusiasm and shared sense of purpose, working together to drive progress and achieve our common goals. As you are all already aware, the Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment, in collaboration with the Nigeria Employer Consultative Association, with funding from ILO, developed the Code of Conduct for Private Employment Agencies in 2011. The document was reviewed in 2021 to incorporate additional guidelines that will better position private employment agencies to promote decent and productive employment in a globalized world. Regrettably, over a decade after the existence of the Code of Conduct, most of your members are still ignorant of the Code of Conduct and its provisions. To address this knowledge gap, the Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment, in collaboration with the International Organization for Migration, organized sensitization workshop on the Code of Conduct early this month in Abuja, Lagos, and Port Harcourt. We commend Eapean for mobilizing its members in the 3 locations to attend the workshop. We further call on your association to create more awareness among your members on the Code of Conduct for Private Employment Agency and devise a monitoring mechanism to ensure compliance. I am happy, however, to inform you that the Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment, on its part, is planning another capacity building and sensitization workshop for private employment agencies and officials of the Ministry of Labor in Lagos, Abuja, Edo in October 2024. That is next month. All hands must be on the deck to ensure decent work in third-party employment in line with the mantra of Eapean. As you're already aware, the National Minimum Wage Amendment Act of 2024 was signed by Mr. President and is now in force. The act increased the national minimum wage from 30,000 to 70,000 naira in line with the prevailing economic realities. It behoves on Eapean to ensure that its members do not accept any labor contract that offers remuneration below the national minimum wage in any category of employees. You should ensure that your members observe the highest principle of ethic, integrity, and professionalism. The Ministry of Labor and Employment, on its part, will continue to support your organization to attain greater heights as long as your members are committed to ethos of the profession. Ladies and gentlemen, let me assure you that the Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment is not unmindful of the challenges faced by your members involved in international recruitment. The challenges ranges from competition by unlicensed PAs, difficulty in securing visas from embassies to securing NAPTIP clearance even after obtaining recruiter's license from the Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment. The ministry is bothered by this unpleasant development, which are at variance with the executive order on the ease of doing business in Nigeria. Rest assured, my brothers, that the Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment will not rest on its hours in working with the appropriate government agencies to address these problems. Once again, I congratulate you all on the occasion of the 13th AGM and wish you all of you a good celebration. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Director, and thank you for those words which mean a lot to us. Just before we invite other goodwill messages, I would like to ask if we have in the auditorium any of our members doing international recruitment. Can you please indicate? Okay. I would also like to ask if we have any of our members here who have attended a workshop on the code of conduct. If your company has attended a workshop on the code of conduct, can you please indicate? Okay. Thank you for those who have attended. As you have heard from all the speeches, we have a new status. We are a trade union. So, as you also know, trade unions always have a way of monitoring, self-regulatory, and also demanding for the kind of behavior that they want within their union. It is extremely important that we are aware of the code of conduct. And so, we will be working with the ministry, as you have heard, to ensure that every company understands and participates in the workshop, understanding the code of conduct. So please, the next round coming up in October, if you have not attended, please block your diaries and make time to attend. It's for the benefit of our companies and to strengthen our industry. We are self-regulating. We must ensure that we keep the standards so that we can then go after those who are not practicing within the ambits of the law. So please, if you have not attended the workshop, are you even aware of the code of conduct? If your company has a copy of the code of conduct, can we please indicate? Yeah. Okay, if you do not have, please make sure to get one. It is in the, if you check the bags that have been given out for this conference, you should find a copy in it. Please, when we go back to our various organizations, it's not one of those things that you come back from a workshop with and you never open again. You know, many of us, when we go for workshops, when we come back, the content of that workshop, we never revisit it. This has to be delivered to the management of the company, because this is the code of conduct to which you are binding yourself, or to which your company binds itself. So please, let us ensure that we give the copy of the code of conduct to the executive management, and then executive management can direct on what is to be done with it within the organization. But please hand it over to the management. Thank you so much.
Yeah, good morning once again. I want to first of all appreciate Eapean and the executive members for their efforts. Please, I want to say that we are not too happy. The last Code of Conduct seminar, sensitization seminar we had, it takes us a lot of time and finances to organize such sensitization workshop. But you can ask the ILO person here. We have to pressurize them, the IOM, to provide funds for us to organize these things. At the last meeting, it was only very few persons, and even those people that came is not the executive of the companies. And these are the people that we need for us to be able to tell the importance of this code of conduct. So, but if your executive secretary call for a meeting, please endeavor to attend, because it's not just play. We spend a lot of finances to get it organized. Please. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Director. I'll now invite the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association, NECA, our parent body, for their goodwill message. NECA, please.
Please, let's clap for NECA. Don't forget, we are in their house. So it's our house anyway.
All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, the executives of Eapean, ladies, members of Eapean, ladies and gentlemen. I want to I bring greetings from my Director General, Mr. Adewale Smart Community, and the entire Secretariat. It's a pleasure to be here this morning. I came on very short notice, but it's also Eapean is an organization that every now and then I've had the pleasure of following. And the reason is that you are very, very relevant in all that is happening when you talk human resources, when you talk about human capital mobility. And we congratulate you on your 13th AGM. The time started as hookup, correct? And I remember several years back, because it looks like a joke, but it's already about It's 13 years. I remember very vividly when the Director General then of NECA, Mr. Shegun Oshinowo, started engaging with the Federal Ministry of Labor on establishing an employers association that is private sector, agencies. And I congratulate you that you have been very, very resilient. NECA congratulates you on your resilience. But you know what? It doesn't stop there. We want to congratulate you on your activities with regards to decent work. Every now and then, I meet my colleague, Mr. Ajide Afolabi. As a matter of fact, he's really a pillar when you talk about all the stakeholder engagements that NECA has been having with the International Labour Organization, with the Federal Ministry of Labour and Employment. I consider him not just a colleague, I consider him a brother. And I want to say thank you. Allow me to say thank you. We had a meeting that is actually ongoing right now with the International Organization of Employers. And as a call, I just more or less press Jide's button down. Jide, please do this. And honestly, as usual, the pillar that he is, that I'm sure you all attest to, he took up the challenge and was able to deliver and do not only business in Nigeria good, but the entire nation, Nigeria, in that forum. Thank you very much once again. That you did not embarrass me. I knew you would perform. Excellent. Thank you very much. Now, even as we congratulate you on this, on your 13th AGM, the resilience that has upheld you, we want to urge you as well, that it is also a prodding for you into proactivity on what is happening globally. We all know that relevance as an employers association is underscored by your service delivery. Is this correct? It is underscored by the impact you're able to make to your members. And what will make you relevant individually and as an association is when you engage in the global conversations relating to what? The just transition. Relating to climate change. Relating to policy making in all ramifications. And I'm sure that the association is already planning different awareness creation programs that will educate you. I want to urge you, right from the CEO to your staff, to be involved. What it means also is that you'll be empowered to educate, to give the human resources or the employees that you're going to be engaging the skills to be relevant for the future. It is unending. And we want to urge you that NECA, as your parents' association and mother, is ready to support you in this regard. To this end, we want to encourage you to not be far from us, not that you have been, but even much more so. You have never disappointed us, and we know that you will do so the more. And so allow me to give a virtual invite in this regard to you in the National Labour Adjudication and Arbitration Forum that will be coming up in 2025 in Abuja. We're sure you're going to be there. We also want to invite you to the coming NECA Employers Excellence Award that comes up in November 22nd of this year. We trust that some of your members that are members will probably be able to get some feathers, hopefully some awards in this regard. We want to thank you for making, for using NECA House as your venue in this 13th annual general meeting. We congratulate you on your resilience once again and wish you all the very best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that goodwill message. I now invite our very dear pillar, the International Labour Organization, their goodwill message. And here to represent the ILO is also
a very good pillar in personal capacity to us. Mrs. Chinyere Emeka Anoa.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I think I always feel honored to be part of Eapean, because I've been part of it. I continue to say it. I've been part of it for the past 13 years. I bring you greetings from my director, who is unavoidably absent on another mission. I hereby read her goodwill message. The permanent secretary, ably represented by the Director of Employment and Wages, Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment, the President of Eapean, Director General of NECA, ably represented also by my sister, members of the Executive Committee, Eapean, the Chief Executives and members of the association here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, including the people from the fourth realm of the estate, the press. The International Labour Organization wishes to express very warm commendation to the leadership of Eapean in convening its 13th annual general meeting of the association. We appreciate the invitation to join this year's AGM, as well as deliver a good message. Thank you very much. Recalling that in April 2024, ILO participated in witnessing the launching of the association into its new brand, into Eapean from Ukapa. And by implication, engagement across a plethora of world of work areas, including collective bargaining. We indeed congratulate the leadership for this year's AGM and welcome the meeting with a positive outlook, encouraging that in the spirit of collaboration, members continue to strengthen partnerships with other stakeholders in promoting ILO's fundamental principles and rights at work and fair recruitment agenda. As a recruiters association, and with the evolving world of work, the role of Eapean becomes more exigent in contributing to advancing social justice and promoting decent work principle. Eapean is important in fostering inclusive initiatives that take into consideration, strengthen, and improve collaboration with other actors such as government, employers and workers organizations, educational institutions, civil society organizations, ECT, in addressing the unemployment challenges currently being faced by Nigeria. It is the ILO's position that social dialogue remains at the heart of promoting the decent work and fostering harmonious labor relations. Thus, as an important stakeholder in the world of work, the ILO in Nigeria has continued to engage Eapean across different layers of social dialogue, supporting the association in achieving its goals, while complementing the attainment of ILO's mandate in advancing social justice and promoting decent work. In this regard, we encourage Eapean to sustain adequate awareness creation, and in this regard, I compliment the Federal Ministry of Labor in pushing that people or more organizations get to know about the revised code of conduct. And not only do we create the awareness, we also want effective application, because if you know it and you don't do it, the knowing is of no use. So it is in the doing that the result comes. So we also continue to push for effective application of the revised code of conduct, which is in line with the normative provisions of the ILO Private Employment Agencies Convention 1997, which is called Convention 481. Further recall that during the April event where the association was launched to the general public, ILO particularly noted that as the UN agency responsible for the world of work, the ILO will continue to engage with Eapean as it advances advocacy for the interests of its members, lobbying for progressive policies that support the growth of the private employment sector, and advocating for the rights of all working people, in the country and beyond. Supporting job seekers through career guidance and development, including job matching, addressing skills mismatches, as well as assisting in meeting career aspirations for our young people. Improving job satisfaction and retention are just some of the areas where Eapean's role will become more important in complementing the efforts of the government and other stakeholders, both now and in the future. The association is expected to continue to be an important stakeholder in Nigeria's labor market and thus enhancing the efficiency of the hiring processes of its members and supporting both employers and job seekers, that this is taken as the top priority. I encourage the association to continue to reference and deploy existing guidance and practical tools which have been developed in line with international labor standards in the attainment of the association's mandate. The ILO remains committed to its partners, including Eapean, as we work towards promoting social justice for Nigeria, without which we cannot have a lasting peace. I would like to again say thank you for inviting the ILO to this AGM and wish you good success for the event. Thanks for your kind attention.
Thank you so much, ILO. Thank you, Mrs. Anona. I now invite the International Organization for Migration, IOM, International Organization for Migration. While waiting for that, I'll invite International Returns and Reintegration Assistance for their goodwill message. International Returns and Reintegration Assistance, IRARA. To the podium. And please, for the benefit of those who are not familiar with some of these organizations, I will now ask them to please say one thing, the most important thing that members should know about the association before they give the goodwill message. So that we know why we have all these collaborations and you can benefit from these collaborations. Like the ILO said, it's not just in knowing, it's like if we don't translate knowledge to practice, we don't get the benefit. Your association has all these strong relationships that we have built, but you must benefit from them. So Irara, you take 1 minute to explain what Irara is, and then you give your goodwill message. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please permit me to stand on the existing protocol. This is a goodwill message from the International Returns and Reintegration Assistance, IRARA, at the 13th Annual General Meeting of the Employers Association for Private Employment Agencies of Nigeria. Distinguished members of Eapean, esteemed guests and partners. On behalf of the International Returns and Reintegration Assistance and our country director, Mr. Roland Wonha, who is unavoidably absent today because we have ongoing operations in Abuja, I bring you warm greetings and congratulations on the occasion of the 13th Annual General Meeting of the Employers Association for Private Employment Agencies of Nigeria. We are pleased to identify with you all on this day as a social partner. IRARA, as a humanitarian organization with a presence in over 200 countries worldwide, provides tailored reintegration support for individuals returning to their countries of origin. Over the years, we have assisted more than 10,000 returnees globally, offering them pathways to sustainable livelihoods through job placements, business startups, housing, education, and access to medical care. Nigeria, being one of the countries where we operate, remains one of our key focus areas. We continue to support Nigerians returning home from abroad by helping them reintegrate into the society. Our mission extends to all Nigerians in need of reintegration support, regardless of their return status. Our goal is to create a positive future for all. Currently, IRARA is implementing several reintegration programs in Nigeria, including the UK Home Office reintegration program and the European Union reintegration program. One of our most recent projects is the ARRIVES project. ARRIVES means assisting the reintegration of returnees through integrated vocational and entrepreneurship support. The ARRIVES project ensures the economic reintegration of Nigerians returning from Germany by providing vocational training, entrepreneurship support, and job placement opportunities. I'm sure you can see where you all coming into the overall picture of what we do now. We are committed to working closely with employers in Nigeria through the ARRIVES project, identifying job opportunities, and facilitating placement for the project participants. It is through collaborative partnerships such as those with esteemed organizations like Eapean that we can achieve our shared goal of empowering participants to lead successful, dignified lives back here in Nigeria, as well as contribute their own quota to the economic development of our dear country, Nigeria. We deeply appreciate our growing partnership with Eapean, and we will continue to explore more ways to collaborate. Once again, congratulations on your 13th annual general meeting. We are very pleased to be here and to identify with you all. The entire IRARA team extends our best wishes and we wish you all a fruitful deliberation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the goodwill message from IRARA. And as you have heard, they have the mandate of helping returnees to integrate. And how that relates to us is that you actually have a pool of talented persons that is accessible through IRARA that you can actually find useful in placement, especially those who already have had international exposure. So if your organization is looking at hiring those who have experience with one country or the other, IRARA is a good place to start. Thank you. I'll now invite the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management. Chartered Institute of Personnel Management. Please welcome them. As you know, the CIPM is the professional institute for all of us as HR practitioners. If you are a member of CIPM, either associate or full member, can you please indicate? Great. We must promote that every one of us is actually a member of CIPM because that is our professional certification so that we are not quacks in our own business. Thank you, CIPM.
Thank you very much. The executive members of Eapean, I bring greetings to you from the President and Chairman of the Governing Council of CIPM, Malam Ahmed Ladan Gober, who is unavoidably absent here today because of a pre-scheduled assignment. He didn't think of it before, it just came up. And on his way to the airport this morning, he called me and asked me to abandon everything I was doing to ensure that I represent him here today. And that's why I'm here this morning. First of all, on behalf of the President and Chairman of the Governing Council of CIPM, Malam Ahmed Ladan Gober, I congratulate the executive and the entire members of Eapean for the 13th annual general meeting of the association. As the business terrain is changing, Mr. President asked me to encourage the association to continue to advocate decent employment in Nigeria. So I should tell you to continue to uphold the dignity of people in our dear country. It's here I should inform you to ensure that in everything you do, you uphold your core values as you are doing already. Mr. President, I should remind you that the pillar of everything that the association does is integrity. Therefore, in everything you do, in your action, inaction, and reaction, you should remember integrity. Mr. President, I should tell you about the commitment of CIPM to continue to work together with your association to ensure that in this nation we work together to ensure that the skills demand can match up with the skills supply, or the skills supply can match up with the skills demand in the industry. On this note, I bring to you a congratulatory message and goodwill message from Mr. President and Chairman of the Governing Council. And our prayer is that as we advance together in this nation, God Almighty will continue to support us to deliver in line with the mandate of the organization. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you.
Thank you so much, CIPM.
Again, I invite all of us to please register and be members of CIPM. Part of our role as Eapean is to strengthen our industry, and that means professionalism and ethics. And so, Eapean is a trade union, but our members must be seasoned professionals. And so, if you don't have HR license practitioners, please, if you have a current and valid HR practitioner license, can you indicate? Current and valid HR practitioner's license. So less than 5% of us that are here. We must cure this. It's important that all of us who are in HR space are professionals. So you can't be a chartered accountant if you are not chartered. And you can't be a chartered HR practitioner if you are not chartered. And there's that avenue
to do that through the CIPM. So as part of our advocacy in Eapean, we are going to be encouraging our member companies to make sure that their management team, there is a route for executive
route. So if you are a CEO here and you are not a member of CIPM, you can see the executive secretary. We can work with you. There is the executive route for you to get to become a member. If you are not executive, but you are not yet a member also, we can also help facilitate your easy membership. Of course, you will write the exams
and all of that, but we must encourage ourselves to be true professionals. So once again,
I invite those of us who are not yet chartered members of the Institute of Personnel Management not to consider it. It's not for consideration. It's actually to do it. Because that's what truly separates us. When we say some people are quacks, what makes a doctor not a quack is the fact that he's licensed doctor. Is that correct?
not because he's practicing medicine. So we are practicing HR.
But are we licensed to practice? And that's a question you must ask yourself. Distinction. Would you subject yourself to someone to take, undertake surgery on you because he has been practicing medicine? Or you want to know that he's a licensed doctor? So please, don't let's just be practicing HR. Let us
be licensed HR practitioners. On that note, I recognize the immediate past president who is in a
Mr. Aderemi Adegboyega, my predecessor. Thank you. I also like to recognize the indefatigable Mr. Joseph
Akpan, Director, Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment. Federal Ministry of Employment. They have removed labor from it. Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment. Can we please welcome with a round of applause? Now to invite our very distinguished partners. Without them, there is no us, because, as you know,
we are a triangular organization. Well, triangular being. We have our principals, the companies that engage us. We have ourselves, and then we have our employees. And that's the tripod. The employers, Eapean members, the principals, many of them are part of NECA, and then our people who are part of the NLC. And therefore, warmly and with pride, I invite the NLC for their goodwill message. Madam, please.
Madam Cecily, representing, that's the chairman, Nigerian Labour Congress, Lagos State Chapter. Can we please give her a warm
round of applause?
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Please permit me to stand on the already established protocol. I bring us warm greetings from Nigeria Labour Congress, one of the labor centers in Nigeria. We have TUC and NLC. I represent the Nigeria Labour Congress. It will have been my pleasure to have my president here, but right now he's on his way from Abuja to Lagos. Yeah, we will arrive later in the afternoon for assignments in Lagos. We are delighted to be associated with Employers Association for Private Employment Agencies. Why? We have to be associated with you. We don't have a choice, because you are employers of labor, and you are going to reduce the unemployment market in the country. And the welfare of the workforce is our own priority. So we must ensure that we have a healthy relationship that we maintain with this association that is poised to reduce unemployment in our community. And we must have a symbiotic relationship to ensure a decent and a healthy working environment for the workers. That is why at all times we must engage, we must discuss, we must dialogue, and we must be together as one, so that it will be a win-win situation for every one of us. And now that we have a new situation, that is the review of the minimum wage, which has now become a law that any worker in the country must earn a minimum of nothing less than 70,000 naira. I wish to bring this to our notice again, that want to implore all the employers of labor to please ensure that you follow the rules and the regulations set by the country. We don't want to have any situation where we will have a very hard time, because we will like everybody to ensure that if we are okay, let every other worker be okay. The economic reality and the situation in this country now has made rubbish of whatever, even the 70,000 naira that we agreed to, it will never ever be enough. So if we follow the rules of the country, of rules of engagement, there will be no need for us to have any rough time together. But in Lagos, people will also be calling us, workers will also be intimating us. Even the workers that we call casual workers, even those ones that are not even in union, they always send messages to us. They call us, they give us information about employers. That look, this employer, they are cheating us. We are working these hours. They are driving us like slaves. Come and help us. And anytime we hear that, we will not say because they are not our members, they are not registered, they are not in any union, we will not listen to them. We will listen to them and fight for them because they are workers. Either they are with us or not. Even if they are in the other labor center, TUC, and they feel there is NSC that has the weight to fight for them, we will fight for them. So please, we don't want any fight with this organization, and I believe that this organization, you are doing the right thing. That is why you are bringing yourselves together. So, I love this because this is the second time I will attend the program of this association, and this is just to continue to give information to your members, to ensure that your members, they follow the rules. So on behalf of Nigeria Labour Congress and the working class in Lagos State that I represent, I wish to congratulate this association again for yet this another opportunity for me to also be here to listen, because anywhere they are discussing the issue of workers, I like to be there because I like to fight for the welfare of the workforce. And I believe as I'm smiling this morning, I will continue to, continue to smile with this association. There will be no need for us to fight. We will continue to smile and engage and dialogue and talk. Please help us to ensure that all your members, and even those ones who are not your members that are outside, help us to tell them that by the time the consequential adjustment table is out, let everybody knows that the minimum wage in Nigeria for driver, for maid, for everyone is 70,000. And in Lagos State, we will not maintain anything less than that. We want to ensure fairness to everybody. We are workers, and our sweat must also be rewarded. Thank you. Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
I will give the NLC chairperson, Lagos Council, Comrade Moses, a warm round of applause. And just so you know, it is a constitutional right. Freedom of association is a constitutional right. And as Eapean, it is a condition of our license, under the recruiter's license. And as you know, each one of us, we made an oath when we are renewing our licenses or when you are applying for a license to say that you will not deprive any Nigerian of their constitutional right. And we abide, we stand by that. So it is against the code of conduct of Eapean for any member company to deny any staff of their constitutional right. In fact, we have a bond. Each one company has a bond placed with the Federal Ministry of Labor when you are applying for your license or you are renewing. So NLC, TUC, be rest assured that we are a responsible organization and will continue to encourage and work with our member companies to do that which is right at all times. Now, 70,000 naira, is it gross or net? So that those are some of the questions we'll because that is why we have interaction. So that is one question. Nobody can answer that question here. Is it defined in the act? The Gazette is not out. Has anybody seen the Gazette? Yeah. So what I'm saying is, before it's too late, let's do the advocacy now so that there is no ambiguity. We don't want a situation where Labour will say 70,000. LRS or other state board of internal revenue will say one thing else. You are not applying the right approaches. So it's not too late. Ministry of Labour, it's an important issue. We must make sure that the law is clear so that we can apply it faithfully. On that note, I would like to recognize the Zonal Director, Southwest, Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment, our own dear sister, Mimi Badejo. Can we please give her a round of applause? If you are in Lagos, if your company is in Lagos, there is one person you should know. Because really, we need to ensure that we deepen relationships and ensure that we fight not only for ourselves as companies, but we also fight for the rights of our employees. Some of our principals give us contracts that they cannot encourage their own children or wards to take employment under. Is that true or false? Sometimes, when I sit down as MD of my company and I'm sitting opposite a client, I've asked before, I said, my daughter is 28. I can't let her take the job that this project offers. How old is your child? Can you let your child take a job under this condition? I would rather walk out of this
after Eapean was registered as a trade union of employer. By having this meeting at this period, the leadership of this association has complied with Article 9 of the Constitution of the association, which unambiguously states that the annual general meeting of the association must be held at least once in a year. One terrible and unforgivable sin a registered trade union can commit is to violate the provisions of its constitution and the relevant provisions in the Trade Union Act. Let me also draw our attention to Section 37(1) of the Trade Union Act, Cap T14 of 2004, which states as follows, and I quote, "Every registered body shall send to the Register of Trade Union before 1st of June in each year an annual return in the prescribed form and shall be certified as correct by the duly appointed auditor." Your association is therefore urged to take note of these provisions and be reminded of the consequences and legal implications of deliberate contravention of these provisions and other provisions of the Trade Union Act. Dear participants, it is a known fact that your association provides a platform for private employment agencies to interact with regulatory body, labor community, and other relevant institutions within and outside this country to promote international labor standards and ethical practices in the recruitment, deployment, and management of outsourced personnel in Nigeria. Given this, your role in the efficient functioning of our labor market as it relates to the promotion of employment, addressing challenges of job seekers, and ensuring cannot be underestimated. Considering the rapidly changing and flexible labor market, constraint in the operation of employment services and the use of other networks for placement, especially with more companies increasingly seeking more flexible and more mobile staff to move across border under varied work arrangements. I therefore implore all of you present here today to use this golden opportunity to brainstorm on ways your association can assist the federal government in its effort to provide decent job to our teeming youths. Sector, especially now that there is a growing reliance on private employment agencies by individuals seeking employment/job placement opportunity globally. You are no doubt aware that one of the core mandates of the ministry is ensuring a conducive policy environment for industrial peace and harmony, which is in tandem with creating a good work balance for enhanced productivity. I also expect this meeting to offer us an opportunity to share information and exchange ideas to strengthen significantly workers' employability by providing job skills, job capacity, career guidance and training, and opportunities in various work environments. Finally, as this AGM is also meant to celebrate and chart the course of the association, I hope that this event can catalyze positive change and growth in the sector, such that together we can shape the future of private employment agencies in Nigeria, ensuring that both job seekers and employers have access to reliable and professional recruitment exercise. Let me assure you and reassure you of the continued support of my office to the progress and development of this association. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the goodwill message. And we want to thank all the organizations that have given us goodwill messages today and those who are joining us online following this event. Thank you so much for your time. We now have very speedy business to do, and in the next 10 minutes, we'll be able to go into the workshop. I now invite the auditors, Bolu, Additional and Co., to read their report and take members through the account. Because of time, we would hope that everyone will have the opportunity to go through the accounts. So the auditors will just present the accounts, and if you have questions, you will raise the questions. So they are not going to go through every line of the account. Thank you.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to congratulate. This work? Good morning.
Sorry, yes, IPP.
Hello? Yeah.
No, we did that. We have done all of that. Yeah, we started an hour ago. Since. Thank you.
Thank you for the observation. I want to congratulate the member of Eapean for this for another wonderful feat. Migrating from Hukapan to Eapean, Employer Association for Private Employment.
Can you please raise your voice?
Of Employment Agencies of Nigeria. I want to congratulate you. Having come from year 1 to 13 years, you are so wonderful. And that reflected in your contribution, in your subscriptions. I pray that God Almighty will continue to be with your business in Jesus' name. So I want you to turn with me to page 28 of this bulletin. Income and expenditure for the year ended 31st December 2023. Standing on existing protocol. Revenue in 2023, 23,094,752 naira, as compared to 2022, which was 17,944,585. Costs of doing this business as administrative expenses. This you can see in the notes already prepared in the secretariat. Administrative expenses. 2023.
No, can you just read your opinion?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Turn with me to page 26. I haven't gone through the accounts. I would like to read the opinion. Our opinion. In our opinion, the association kept proper books of accounts, and the financial statements are in agreement with the books. The financial statements, drawn up in conformity, generally accepted accounting standards in Nigeria, give a true and fair view of the state of affairs of the association as at 31st December 2023, and of the income and expenditure for the year ended on that date, and have been properly prepared in the manner required by the Companies and Online Matters Acts 1990, and in accordance with the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria Act 2011. Signed, Bolu Adesina and Co.
Thank you. Can you please give Bolu Adesina and Co a round of applause? While Bolu Adesina is still there, if you have any questions for the auditors. All right, thank you. In the absence of questions, we thank you. The auditors, hold on. To our members, it is my pleasure to inform you that the auditors, Bolu Adesina and Co., Chartered Accountants, being eligible for reappointment, have offered themselves for reappointment. The company, I now invite members to approve their reappointment of the auditors, and the Executive Council will determine the auditors' fees. I invite members to, by voice, those in favor say yea, those against say nay. Those in favor of the reappointment of the auditors, please say yea. Those against, say nay. The yeas have it. Now, I would like to ask for a member. I would like to, so thank you, Mr. Bolu Adesina. I would like to ask for a member to propose the adoption of the accounts. And it is my pleasure to invite the immediate past president, Mr. Remi Adegboyega, to propose the adoption of the accounts.
I represent Workmen and Talent Agency, member of this Employers Association. I propose that the account be adopted.
Thank you. I'll now invite any member to second the proposal.
I, Amade Orwell, representing Bamok Integrated Services Limited, hereby second the proposal.
Thank you. The accounts are now duly adopted. I would like to thank every member for your time today, but particularly and more importantly, I'd like to thank the Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment for their generosity and magnanimity in allowing us to have our AGM as part of the workshop quickly. And so, we thank you. We don't take it for granted. And I invite the Deputy President sitting next to me to give vote of thanks as we bring this AGM to a close.
On behalf of National Executive Council of our dear association, I want to specially appreciate our members, our social partners, and our regulator, Federal Ministry of Labor, for making this year's AGM a huge success. Thank you for trusting us with the responsibility of leading this association, and we are promising you there will always be improvement every year. Like you heard earlier, last year, the number of members that joined the association this year is about 30 compared to last year. With your support and encouragement, we'll do much better next year. I'm hoping to see every one of you next year. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. May we now rise for the national anthem. Nigeria, we hail thee, our old and native land. Though tribes and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all are proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Thank you. We now go into day 2 of the workshop, and we'll just take a 5-minute stretch break. Please, for health and safety, I truly recommend that you walk around. Don't just sit down. Walk around. I don't want us to say
In today's fast-paced business world, finding the right talent can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. Whether you're a large indigenous enterprise, a multinational corporation, or a growing MSME, the challenge of attracting top talent while managing your time and resources is all too real. But what if there's a simpler, more effective way? Introducing the SOL recruitment services, which allows you to gain access to the vast network of pre-screened, highly qualified candidates tailored to your specific needs. Our expertise in identifying and attracting top talent ensures that you find the best candidates for your business, saving you time and resources. Focus on what you do best and let SOL handle your recruitment needs. Contact us today to learn more and take the first step towards building your dream team.
SOL Recruitment Services, finding the perfect fit for your business so you can focus on what matters most.
In a world where opportunities and talents dance in harmony, there exists a bridge that connects them seamlessly. Meet Strategic Outsourcing Limited, your partner in strategic outsourcing. Who are we? We are not just an outsourcing firm, we're architects of opportunity. SOL is your premier employment agency and HR solutions provider, transforming the world of work, one connection at a time. Our services are managed staff services. Empower your organization by outsourcing staffing needs. Let SOL streamline your processes and boost efficiency. Recruitment services. Save time and resources with our expert team guiding you to the perfect candidates. For our temporary staff services, flexibility is key. SOL adapts to your short-term or seasonal demands. Payroll management services. Efficiency is our forte. Ensure accurate and timely payroll processes with SOL. Corporate regulatory services. Navigate the complex world of regulations effortlessly with SOL by your side. But we are not just about services. We're about empowering dreams. Our mission: empower our youth for a promising start in life. Our vision: be the place where dreams transform into reality. Our core values: empathy, honesty, and respect. With offices in 11 cities across Nigeria, including Lagos, Abuja, Jos, Kaduna, Sokoto, Kano, Ibadan, Asaba, Owerri, Benin, and Port Harcourt. Our corporate policy statement is the backbone of our commitment to excellence. We provide quality personnel that exceed expectations. Embrace technology for service delivery and competitiveness. Attract, train, and retain personnel fit for assigned roles. Comply with regulations and internal policy. Implement and continuously improve our quality management system. By being a proud member of the Association of Outsourcing Professionals of Nigeria, Human Capital Providers Association of Nigeria, and the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association, SOL remains at the forefront of industry policies and developments. Membership in these associations signifies our dedication to professionalism, ethical practices, and continuous improvement. Join us on this transformative journey. Empower your dreams with SOL.
Mrs. Oche is a 39-year-old fashion entrepreneur whose store is located in the heart of Ikeja, Lagos. Interestingly, she lives on the island. As a mother of 3, living with her aging mother-in-law and does school runs, she drives to and fro work with these thoughts running through her mind in the heat of the well-known busy and traffic-filled Lagos roads. I'm sure you wonder why a woman at that height of her career still bothers about caregiving and nanny duties. Mrs. Oche had had it with the hectic processes of regularly hiring and losing domestic helps that she resorted to doing this with her significant other. One day, Jimmy, who is her marketer, visited her head store only to meet the very tired business owner. Having heard her story, he proffered the SOL domestic staff service to her.
Have you heard about SOL domestic staff services? You should try them.
Which one is SOL domestic staff service again? Getting domestic help shouldn't be that formal now.
Well, getting domestic help should not be that hectic. That's why the SOL Domestic Staff Services is designed to cater to the needs of individuals and households, providing reliable and skilled domestic staff members to assist with various household tasks, from recruitment, management to payment of domestic staff like chauffeurs, drivers, nannies. SOL got you covered. Log on to our website www.solnigeria.com to contact us. We are just a message away. SOL, where your peace of mind is guaranteed.
Have you heard? Have you heard? Have you heard?
Everybody stop! What's with all the whispering?
It's the latest podcast for all things HR. Workplace Whispers, brought to you by SOL Media. Tune in every week for thought-provoking conversations and exciting banter with industry experts and career professionals. Get ready for expert advice, strategies for personal and professional growth, the latest HR trends, engaging stories from leaders who know best, and of course, workplace gossip. Buckle up, stay tuned, and follow us to be the first to know when we go live. Don't miss out on your new favorite podcast, Workplace Whispers.
a world where opportunities and talents dance in harmony, there exists a bridge that connects them seamlessly. Meet Strategic Outsourcing Limited, your partner in strategic outsourcing. Who are we? We are not just an outsourcing firm. We're architects of opportunity. SOL is your premier employment agency and HR solutions provider, transforming the world of work one connection at a time. Our services are managed staff services. Empower your organization by outsourcing staffing needs. Let SOL streamline your processes and boost efficiency. Recruitment services. Save time and resources with our expert team guiding you to the perfect candidates. For our temporary staff services, flexibility is key. SOL adapts to your short-term or seasonal demands. Payroll management services. Efficiency is our forte. Ensure accurate and timely payroll processes with SOL. Corporate regulatory services. Navigate the complex world of regulations effortlessly with SOL by your side. But we are not just about services. We're about empowering dreams. Our mission: empower our youth for a promising start in life. Our vision: be the place where dreams transform into reality. Our core values: empathy, honesty, and respect. With offices in 11 cities across Nigeria, including Lagos, Abuja, Jos, Kaduna, Sokoto, Kano, Ibadan, Asaba, Owerri, Benin, and Port Harcourt. Our corporate policy statement is the backbone of our commitment to excellence. We provide quality personnel that exceed expectations. Embrace technology for service delivery and competitiveness. Attract, train, and retain personnel fit for assigned roles. Comply with regulations and internal policy. Implement and continuously improve our quality management system. By being a proud member of the Association of Outsourcing Professionals of Nigeria, Human Capital Providers Association of Nigeria, and the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association, SOL remains at the forefront of industry policies and developments. Membership in these associations signifies our dedication to professionalism, ethical practices, and continuous improvement. Join us on this transformative journey. Empower your dreams with SOL.
In today's fast-paced business world, finding the right talent can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. Whether you're a large indigenous enterprise, a multinational corporation, or a growing MSME, the challenge of attracting top talent while managing your time and resources is all too real. But what if there's a simpler, more effective way? Introducing the SOL recruitment services, which allows you to gain access to the vast network of pre-screened, highly qualified candidates tailored to your specific needs. Our expertise in identifying and attracting top talent ensures that you find the best candidates for your business, saving you time and resources. Focus on what you do best and let SOL handle your recruitment needs. Contact us today to learn more and take the first step towards building your dream team.
SOL Recruitment Services, finding the perfect fit for your business so you can focus on what matters most.
Mrs. Oche is a 39-year-old fashion entrepreneur whose store is located in the heart of Ikeja, Lagos. Interestingly, she lives on the island. As a mother of 3, living with her aging mother-in-law and does school runs, she drives to and fro work with these thoughts running through her mind in the heat of the well-known busy and traffic-filled Lagos roads. I'm sure you wonder why a woman at that height of her career still bothers about caregiving and nanny duties. Mrs. Oche had had it with the hectic processes of regularly hiring and losing domestic helps that she resorted to doing this with her significant other. One day, Jimmy, who is her marketer, visited her head store only to meet the very tired business owner. Having heard her story, he proffered the SOL Domestic Staff Service to her.
Have you heard about SOL Domestic Staff Services? You should try them.
Which one is SOL Domestic Staff Service again? Getting domestic help shouldn't be that formal now.
Well, getting domestic help should not be that hectic. That's why the SOL Domestic Staff Services is designed to cater to the needs of individuals and households, providing reliable and skilled domestic staff members to assist with various household tasks, from recruitment, management to payment of domestic staff like chauffeurs, drivers, nannies. SOL got you covered. Log on to our website www.solnigeria.com to contact us. We are just a message away. SOL, where your peace of mind is guaranteed.
Have you heard? Have you heard? Have you heard?
Everybody stop! What's with all the whispering?
It's the latest podcast for all things HR. Workplace Whispers, brought to you by SOL Media. Tune in every week for thought-provoking conversations and exciting banter with industry experts and career professionals. Get ready for expert advice, strategies for personal and professional growth, the latest HR trends, engaging stories from leaders who know best, and of course, workplace gossip. Buckle up, stay tuned, and follow us to be the first to know when we go live. Don't miss out on your new favorite podcast, Workplace Whispers.